Have you ever put yourself in today's society with the technology usage? Do you prefer an actual textbook? Maybe they actually make you read more, or they'll motivate you to do a little bit more reading. Imagine if you were a parent and you got hit with all these extra charges for a technology device. Sadly, in today's society, children are more involved in technology than to pick up an actual book and read. Is it possible for digital devices to replace traditional textbooks? Well, could students nowadays have a higher success rate from having to carry an actual textbook? Is screen time being overused? According to the article Versus Textbooks in 2019, 6 differences to help you make the right choice, printed text and other hand, allow for better absorption in remembering and recalling content. And this feature plays a significant role in the learning process. My purpose today is to show you the freedom school age kids have now with having the internet so easily accessible for schools from back in the day. Back in the day, we actually had to carry a textbook to go to each class. I will examine and show you the effects, the causes, and the solution with the technology versus textbooks. Effects on technology usage for school-age kids. Students are spending excessive amounts of screen time usage. Distractions are being created while students are in class. So instead of the students being in class, they're doing something else on the internet. They are easily sidetracked. Once again, they rather do something else than be doing what they're supposed to do because the internet is it's just right there. According to the 2020 article, 5 disadvantages of technology in the classrooms are face-to-face interactions. Students not just acquire facts, but to understand, interpret, and apply these facts into useful and interesting knowledge. Face-to-face can also help the students with self-esteem and their confidence. 84% of American teens nowadays have cell phones. They carry their own technology. 16% don't. That's a very different number. 42% of the students are rather in social media than doing a lecture in class, what they're supposed to do. That's again from the statistics because students have they have the internet so accessible. They do something else versus doing what they're supposed to be doing. Technology has also caused less times with peers, so less communications. Kids nowadays don't even know how to communicate with adults or with people around them because they're just so into the actual technology. A big thing is a cost in families. Families have took a big hit in cost because especially the school-age kids, if they damage their Chromebooks, for example, or their tablets and they break it, the ones that have to pay for that and that gets the bill is the parents, it's not the kids. If we were to use textbooks versus the technology or device, there will be less distractions, more study time. When homework is given, the reading levels could go up. Because like back in the day, when teachers gave us homework to do from a textbook, we actually had to go back and read the text and answer the questions, which now they just give them, for example, a Google Classroom homework. They could just go on the internet, search it up, and the answer's there. It will also help them because it will be less screen time and they have more activity time. So they could, instead of just being behind the device, they could actually go out and enjoy their time. In younger generations, for example, will be no cheating. So during school time, there will be no cheating. So they're actually using their brains to think and to do whatever they're asked to do. Families with low incomes are also finding this a big struggle, especially the ones that can't afford internet or to pay the internet at home. Also, a lot of these kids with low-income families or certain families, they're the first time where they bring the technology to their house. So they never had any kind of technology until the school brought the actual Chromebooks or tablets that they're using now. Textbooks should be an option for students. They should be higher encouraged and used more often. Students are better off carrying their textbooks, I think so, in their backpacks, which makes you more responsible, and you know that you're going to be using them in your everyday classroom life. It's also less stress on families, especially the ones that can't afford to pay an extra bill. So today I have discussed the effects, the costs, and the solutions on the technology versus textbook. I think there should be more options in the learning materials. So we should be limiting less technology use and promoting more pure work. So more paperwork, more book work. Especially during school hours and maybe after hours. I remember when I was in school and we used to have get projects. I would go over a friend's house because it was a group, and we had to do a research, a certain experiment for this project. So we had to use our brains between all of us. There was no technology usage, and we had to find out and explain how we got that answer. Which it helps us better in our heads, and it also makes us actually think more than just having the internet usage right there. And also, like I said, less screen time. Screen time is a big thing nowadays. I work for a school, and that's actually like a thing that we get a lot of complaints with. This students are not attending school, but they're using their technology device for different things, which is clearly not what we're supposed to be doing for the kids nowadays. With textbooks, you will require to do your work and put your textbook away and then take it to class the next day.